Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. In this I will be showing you how to do a handmade turquoise and silver jewelry nail design, and here are a few of the supplies that I would suggest to have on hand. A silver metallic chrome gel. This is from Apres, and it is a true UV cure gel. It's not an air dry version like some of those out there. And also you'll need a thick gem gel. In this case I'm using Dolce Charmon, and this will be mixed to make our stone color with this medium blue as well as this green blue, and as well as a black and a light gray. And you'll also need, our base color is a milky white, but you can do this over any color that you prefer. Also a matte and a no-wipe top coat, as well as a small detailer brush and a medium round brush is what I used. So let's go ahead and get started. On my palette I did pre-mix our stone color and our darker gray color that we'll use for bezels and our silver rope design. So again, I simply mixed the blue color and the green color and the gray color and the black color to get my desired tint, and I mixed both of those with the Charmon. And for the gray and the black I also just mixed those for a non-thick paste that we'll be using at one point here. So again, the Charmon is really good for getting the thickness that we want without it spreading. And I also have some of the silver on my palette. Again, the base is that milky white with a coat of matte over the top, and we'll be doing that center design. I'm picking up a little bit of the dark gray mixture that we made. You may find that when you're stirring stuff up, mixing together like this, you might get air bubbles. Go ahead and pop those before you cure. Any imperfections in that will show up when you're painting your silver, so just be aware of that. Doing our circle area here, this is where we're going to paint the flower petals. And I'm just curing in between just to make sure I'm not going to mess anything up here as I paint each section. Now this is the non-thickened gel that I'm painting down here. I don't want this particular part bulky. The bulk will come from our stone. So once you get your shape the way that you like it and get the edges cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and cure that using that medium round brush to pick up a good amount of our turquoise color, and I'm just pushing that around to make an even kind of bezel edge all the way around. And then I'm going to come in with our little detailer brush and just make sure that I have a nice domed effect and that it's even and not lumpy across the top. Once you get it the way you like it, now we're going to come in and make our veins. Now this is certainly subjective to how much veining that you want to put in here, but if you do look at a real turquoise stone, you'll see that it has those kind of larger darker deposits throughout the stone, and those fine line cracks radiating from there. And I'm not using the thickened color for that, just that dark gray gel. Now I did just moisten that brush just a bit with a little bit of alcohol coming through and making any adjustments. Once you get the effect that you like, we're going to go ahead and cure that. And I'm going to go ahead and top that with a light coat of our no wipe just to protect that veining. Now if you want to add additional bulk to your stone, you can certainly do that with the clear at this point. We're going to go ahead and cure that. Now I'm going to use the thickened dark gray, and I'm going to create essentially a bezel around the stone. This will lend to the 3D effect. I'm going to try and get this as even as I possibly can. Again, no lumps or bumps. With this thickened gel, it takes a little working with the brush. I found that to get it nice and even across the top, you can start, once you get all the gel laid down, you can start at one point and without lifting your brush up, just go all the way around with your brush. And again, you do want this as smooth as possible. Any divots or air bubbles or things like that will just make your silver not look as smooth. Alright, so once you get the bezel painted, we're going to go ahead and cure that. And now we're ready to work with our silver. And again, using that super fine detailer brush from Ugly Duckling. It's perfect for painting these super fine areas. Now I'm just doing a flower petal design here. I found it easier to do like a top and bottom petal and then a right and left petal, and then fill in the areas from there. This helped to give a more uniform look to that. I used to have a silver belt with these silver flower-like medallions on there like this. Very reminiscent of that. Now we're ready to go ahead and cure that. And now we're ready to go ahead and create our little dots here between each of the petals. Just a tiny amount on our brush, and we're coming through and putting a tiny amount in there. While this gel is a little thicker, it does spread, so be aware of that. If you place too much down, it could spread into your other parts of your design that you might not want it to. And just to be on the safe side, again, I am curing after each little detail that I put in. Now we're ready to create our rope effect, or twisted rope effect. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm basically doing just a gentle S starting at the top of that black line and kind of moving it down to the bottom part. And just keep doing that all the way around. If you mess up, you can come in very carefully and wipe it. I wouldn't touch any other areas that you've done, even cured areas. I did that on a couple of mine and it was just a mess. Now here I'm just creating a little bitty diamond at the bottom and coming through with our S shape again. Again, I did find that if you have to correct it, don't go over this with alcohol, even over your cured areas. It will haze out the gel and it will stay hazy. It won't correct itself. And if you have to do any cleanup, like there's a couple of areas here that I'm going to have to clean up, I come through with a flat brush and some acetone and carefully wipe away the areas that I need to clean up. But like I said, alcohol and acetone, even over the cured chrome, will affect the finish, so be very careful about that. So once you get that all painted out, you're ready to go ahead and cure it. And again, even though this is a UV gel, we are going to have to protect it. So here I just placed a dot just to tie in with the bigger stone at the bottom. And now we're ready to do a light coat of our no wipe over the silver. And I found doing the initial coat very, very thin helps to retain the shininess of this. I do have another silver gel chrome that once you paint over it with a top coat, it just hazes it out and it completely loses the shiny finish. So just do a really light coat and then cure it and come back and do a second coat to protect it. And there is your final turquoise jewelry nail design. So I hope you can see how versatile it is to be able to make your own stones. You can do them in any shapes that you like, the ovals, the teardrops, the rounds like I did here. I did a triangle on that other one. Very easy to do. And while it might take a little bit of patience for the smaller details, it's very easy to get the jewelry look. So check below for the links for the products I used. If you have any comments or questions for me, leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.